After completing an initial student assessment, how can you use the program planning matrix to get started programming? Hi, I'm Shira, and together with my partner Shayna, we are How To ABA. We're behavior analysts that create weekly content about how to teach kids with autism so that they make real progress. And we create shareable resources to make your job just a little easier. Today's topic is all about how to get started with ABA. And if you want more videos like this, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on new video releases. Now, as BCBAs, we're trained to use assessments. We know all kinds of assessments from ABLE to BCBA to ESDM, AFLs, and all of those. However, a lot of BCBAs are not trained as well on how to transfer assessments into curriculum. Assessments are not meant to be curriculum. We get a lot of questions about, do you have ABLES programs or do you have BCBA programs? And our answer is no, we don't. We take an assessment. It gives us a picture of where the student's strengths and weaknesses are, and then we create individualized programs based on those needs. Our programs are not made to fit boxes on an assessment. They're made to teach across operands, to have natural and generalization opportunities, and to be individualized for the learner. Assessments are not meant to be curriculum. So we've developed a really easy to use checklist that we use with a new student as an initial intake, and it's a great way to supplement the other more cumbersome assessments, which we would still do, but this checklist is a great way to guide our programming and to know where to go with programming. I think a lot of BCBAs struggle with, what do I do with an assessment? Now that I've done it, how do I know which programs to do? So we're going to show you how to do that today. Now, this is our initial student assessment, and we've divided it by beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And then within each profile, we also have different skills. So from attending to imitation and requesting, language, play, etc. Now, these skills are taken from, different assessments and different places, and they're skills that we also have programs on so that we can program across operands on these different skills. Intermediate skills have more language goals, more social goals, and then the advanced. Now, we would take this with us when we're meeting a new student for that first hour of trying to get to know where their skills are at. We wouldn't necessarily test each of these boxes either, but as we're getting to know the student, these are the things that we're looking for. Now, here's an example of one that's been filled in, and you can see it's really simple to circle yes or no on skills that we saw. With this student, he was really, really strong at matching, but not so great at imitation. So imitation got a couple no's, and then in those boxes, I would just write for my own self that I wanted to work on play, that I wanted to work on some PECs, and that I really circled this play area on sensory social routine. So as I'm playing with the student, I'm just telling myself that this is a skill that I want to work on, or this is a skill that they've already got. So once I filled this in, I take this and I look at all the skills that it's circled no, or that I want to work on in the beginner area, and I'll fill in this program matrix. Now, what this program matrix helps with is to be able to map out where the bulk of the programming occurs. So we want to make sure that we're hitting lots of different domains, that we're not just focused on one area. If this is a beginner learner, then mapping it out this way helps us be able to see, are these goals developmentally appropriate? Are they age appropriate? It's really important to note if we're taking parent goals into account. So if we spoke to parents and they felt that social goals were really important, this gives us a visual guide of, are we including that? Are we including parent goals? Sometimes we'll be troubleshooting and we're wondering why our client's language is not increasing. And so we might go back to this and look at where most of their programs lie. And if they don't really have any expressive language goals, then that would give us some insight into, we need to focus more on this area. So it's a really nice way to visually map out where the programs are, in which domain, what we want to work on, making sure that we're incorporating the general big picture needs of our students. Here's another example of a matrix that I filled out with one of my staff because she was stuck on where to go. The child was struggling. We needed to revamp his programs. And so we mapped out all the things that we wanted to teach him and the areas that we wanted to work on into this programming matrix. The ones that are starred are skills that are going to be worked on in a group, in a classroom. And we want to work on all those areas that are going to help support him in his learning. Our next step would be to then go and get those programs that we've identified in the matrix that our student would benefit from. So for example, this student was supposed to work on receptive language and body parts. So in our language resources, it is a beginner skill. We would go into body parts and find the either PDF or Word version of that document so that we can edit it if we want and individualize it for the learner. And we would collect all the programs, individualizing them as needed so that the learner is getting the programs that they need. And that's how we would develop the program based on the intake program plan and programming matrix. For more information on how to get started with ABA, click the link on or around this video and join the membership to get these assessments and planning matrix. We also encourage you to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos, and leave a like and comment below if you have further questions.